All right, guys, this is the last presentation of the day, so be excited. Yes, that's what I like to hear. All right, this is Schweppes Sparkling Water. I know we're all surprised. My name is Stephanie. I'm an art director. Sheena, the other art director. Natalia, our account planner. And Dave, the copywriter. So let's review what we've just reviewed 6 times. The objective is to build an ownable identity. And so there's 2 different ways that we're trying, 2 different groups that we really want to reach. The first is people who already drink sparkling water, and we want to steal them. And the second is people who don't really like it or haven't tried it, and so we want them to try it.
And just to give you a little bit of background on the consumer and sparkling water industry, we know that consumers are moving toward a more health-conscious lifestyle, right? However, they are, yes, so that means that soda is completely out of the picture, and we are giving way to drinks such as sparkling water, because even though consumers want to be more healthy, they still want those bubbles. But what else do they want? They want taste. That's why plain water is also out of the picture. So we dug on and did a little bit more of research, and we found out that the sparkling water trend started with Europeans. And it was initially associated with a more upscale lifestyle, but in today's world, we see that trendy millennials are adopting this habit, and they're trying to set it up as their lifestyle, their healthy lifestyle. And this is causing sparks in sales of sparkling water. We also did some primary research. I did some primary research with Andres, and we found out a couple interesting things that we want to share with you. Do you like it? Okay, do you like what you just tasted?
No, it reminds me of medicine.
Do you like it?
Probably after a lot of it. I would totally drink it though.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting, Pippa. So after she has said that she does not like it, she would drink it. So we found that with everyone that we've tested, so they don't necessarily like the taste of it at first. Pippa, even not shown here, wanted to add different things to it, like lemon or lime or vodka. So they don't like the taste of it at first. They want to add things to it to make it better, clearly proven by Schweppes' different flavor propositions. So our kind of coming to is that they might not like it the first time. So this brought us to our insight, which is that humans are naturally optimistic about next time. So if we think about that, last week we did not win the presentation, but we were optimistic we were going to win this shit tonight. So we were also optimistic that we weren't going to have a pumpkin for president, but that is happening. So next time we're optimistic for 8 years or 4 years from now, hopefully 4.
Okay, so who is our target market? Our target market is the new originals. They're young professionals between the age of 22 and 29 who are ethnically diverse. They live in major metropolitan areas of our country, so they're urban dwellers. They appreciate originality, and they do not like false advertising. They're health conscious, but they're not willing to sacrifice taste. And they're very active on social media. So for a strategic approach, we decided to have an honest proposition to acquire the people that are consuming other brands other than Schweppes. And for those that are new to the category, we want to tell them that the more they drink us, the more they will love us.
So I just want to take a quick second. I know we're the last group and you guys want to go to sleep, but has there ever been something in your life that you have not liked at first, but now find yourself either eating or doing something of acquired taste? So I'm just going to take a show of hands for a few different really popular acquired taste items, you're already on board. So grapefruit. Have you liked grapefruit the first time you tried it? That's a hard no. Do you like grapefruit now? Yes. Dark, dark chocolate, like darker than death. You did not like it the first time. Now you probably like it. Black coffee. Hated it. Now I like it. So leading to our idea is that everything is worth another try. A second try.
Okay, so for our brand identity, we wanted to have an honest voice. So genuinity is one of the most important parts of our brand identity. We also wanted to approach our consumers with a little bit of humor. And we wanted to retain the essence of our brand, which is comfortably classy.
Okay, now we're going to get into our executions, our influencers, and social media. Our first influencers are the Try Guys, and they are a group of 4 guys, and they put themselves into different situations, and they're usually unusual and uncomfortable. So with this group of guys, they're very popular on social media. They have 3 billion global monthly views and also 200 million visitors on their social media. And they also just got picked up by YouTube Red last fall. And our next influencers are the Impractical Jokers. They're also a group of 4 guys. And they are 4 friends that play pranks and practical jokes on strangers. Their mantra is, they have to say it, they have to do it, you have to see it. So we chose Impractical Jokers because they have no self-control, and they're also super popular on social media with 650,000 followers on Twitter and 3 million likes on Facebook.
Okay, so now we're getting a little bit into our executions. So everybody that is currently on Snapchat knows that you get 1 replay a day. And a lot of times you're waiting for that special Snapchat that you get from a friend and you're just like, that's so good, I gotta replay it and screenshot it. But you're always wondering, do I really wanna use it on this one, or is there gonna be something the next time? So Schweppes Sparkling Water is gonna give you 3 replays for the day. So that way it's not just a second try, but we'll pay for 3 more. The next way that we're gonna take over a social media platform is through Tinder. So Zac Efron just recently went on Tinder, and picture him swiping through, and he realizes that he just swiped left on a beautiful girl named Stephanie, and he wants to get her back. So he brings up the Schweppes Rewind, which happens to give him 3 free rewinds, because currently it costs a lot of money. You can pay for 1 month, 6 months, or a year. So this gives you 3 free rewinds. Me and him get to go on a date, and it's all good. And we're helping cuties who might be worth a second try, helping them connect.
Okay, this is our 3rd social media execution. Mentioned earlier, the Try Guys, they'll try anything, no matter how painful or uncomfortable or embarrassing. So what we did was we compiled all of 5 of their most watched tries, and we combined them into the greatest hits collection. And so this collection is with all of their top videos and the ones that are the most painful or super embarrassing. So what if we made them try it again? Because it's always worth a second try. And this will be sponsored by Schweppes.
Hold on, Wheel of Death. Okay. So our last social execution is Facebook Live, and so this is using the Impractical Jokers, but we really wanted to get engagement and we wanted to get people involved. So if you've ever watched the show, basically how it works is it's 4 guys who are friends, and they have to play practical jokes on random strangers, but at the end of the episode there's a loser. So we wanted to take all the times where one of the, Sal, say he lost one of the episodes and he had to do something, take one of one of the pranks he had to do, and he gets to try again. So it's going to be all 4 of them are gonna get a chance to do it, but we get to vote on which one we wanna see, and it's all gonna happen live. So the way that works is through the emoticons, everybody gets to vote for one of the different individuals. So like, love, sad, and angry all mean a different contestant, or a different, one of the guys. And basically the one that they pick, they get to see him actually go and try again and see if he can succeed this time. Basically this is for real-time decisions. We want people to be involved. It's funny. They get to see the prank live, and they get to choose which prank they want to see. And like the reason we chose these social media platforms is we felt like our target market really is involved. Like we said, we wanted social media savvy. So we wanted to take things like Snapchat, Facebook Live, also YouTube. These are things that people who are social media savvy are very into, and also the target age group as well.
So just to add on to that, the social media decision making, Facebook Live has so much goddamn money behind it from Facebook itself, just trying to push ordinary people to get on and pick their nose or brush their teeth just to be on Facebook Live. So we're kind of riding that wave as well, because it's paid advertising dollars that aren't coming out of Schweppes' pocket. So this is our radio spot, which is based on the same concept, falling under the same umbrella, different creative approach to it. So we chose the band The Beatles because a lot of bands, when they first get started, are kind of crap. A lot of jam sesh are just kind of LSD mixed with great music, and doesn't really turn out that well. So we wanted to illustrate how they got better with their second try.
Ladies and gentlemen, I give you The Beatles!
And is he ready for music? They played it in old hillbilly way.
Well, that was The Beatles' first try.
Hey Jude, don't make it bad.
Imagine if we never gave them that second try. Schweppes sparkling water, worth a second try.
So that was our radio spot, and now we're going to show our 15-second video spot. It's called Hedge Cutter, and so we're going to play it, and we'll talk about it after. Okay, so that was Hedge Cutter. As you can see, our wonderful actor, they didn't work out on his first try, but on his second attempt, everything was perfect. So this is basically just a metaphor for our tagline that it's always worth a second try. And also just to mention that these 15-second spots could be featured on social media like Instagram.
And some of the extra opportunities, just because we wanted to make sure that you understood it was campaignable and we're not just crazy people with giant hedge cutters at a barbershop. So there could be a waitress chucker, so she's really good at throwing pans and pots at their customers, but she would be much better as an ultimate Frisbee star. Another example is a football place kicker, and you're supposed to hold your hand down on the ball, but they're really good at holding their hand up, so they'd be an excellent dinner server. Also, a janitor, mop, master flex turned hockey player, so they're just crazy with the mop, but they don't clean up anything because they're so fast, and they'd be great at hockey. And as a lot of groups did tonight, which is cool, sorry to use that word, but KPIs or goals, objectives, end of presentation, whatever you want to call it. A couple things we want to accomplish with what we're doing in this campaign, this concept, is we want to increase social engagement for Schweppes. As we've seen tonight, they're pretty much dead on social media, so we want to give them another try. Talk on social media, get more attention, shares, likes, everything. Also, we want to increase their market share as indicated by the brief, so we want to steal share away from existing brands like Polar, Pellegrino, anything in the accessible premium market as well. That requires taking people away from existing brands. We also want to broaden the market, which is a different approach. We need to increase the size of the overall market, so people that are not drinking sparkling water, or that maybe are like Pippa and tried it and are like, I don't really know if I like it, and then left. Also, we just need to overall convince them to try again, because this is one of those items that's an acquired taste.
I mean, just summarizing it up again. So we felt like we met these objectives because the first objective was to steal the share, steal the people that are drinking other sparkling waters. And we did this by saying, okay, you may have tried our product, but try it again. And also we said that we wanted an honest approach, and we felt like that's a way to reach them because right now many of the sparkling water other brands are not doing that. And then secondly, we wanted to get people, I mean, Marcos even said it earlier, he's kept trying for years to try and get into it, but like maybe this is the person, this is the time for you to say, okay, it is an acquired taste, I'm gonna get used to it, and Schweppes is the person I wanna try it with. And that's the end, cheers.
Very nice presentation. Thank you very much. You guys did really well. Good chemistry on stage, all made sense, took us through the narrative very well. I liked the setup that you gave it. I think that I agreed with the approach was different. I like that you talked about humans being sort of naturally optimistic and then this trying to be this sort of antithesis of deceitful advertising and just be absolutely straight talking and tell it like it is. And I think it's perfect for the brand because, well, for all the reasons you said, it's tell it like it is. Like, despite the packaging, don't get excited. So, good. I really like your idea, and it's a very tough sell because it's one of those sort of any client would look at that and say, oh, it feels a bit negative for us, you know, because for some reason they're taught at client school that negative is bad, and it's not necessarily bad. I think that the transparency and the honesty of worth a second try is actually hilarious, that a brand would bring a market to product and go, yeah, we know you hated it first time, but go, have a shot. I think that there's something really refreshing about that take, and creatively I like it. And like I was saying a second ago, we're trying to stand out here. We're trying to get remembered, trying to get noticed, and honestly, the rule is to not follow the rules. We always say, like, when we talk about negatives, if you say to someone, don't step back or you'll fall off a cliff, it's, you know, a negative statement, but it's a very positive message. So I thought that that was good. I liked a lot that you then laced all of that together with your social media influencers, the Try Guys and the Impractical Jokers, and even the way, even if it's beyond the realms of possibility, the Snapchat and the Tinder builds will probably cost you upwards of several $1 billion to execute, but this is class, so we're allowed to do that. And they were great ideas and they fitted very nicely with your strategy, so that was good. I think that some of the two things happened that I think didn't need to happen. I think the radio was nice, but the radio kind of explained the idea. And I don't think you need to explain the idea. I think you can, I don't know what the fucking solution is, but you get that your idea is obvious. The worth a second try is a platform that, you know, might need a little bit of education when you launch it, but I felt like the radio did too much of a job of explaining what that meant, and it could have done a better job of just sort of inspiring people with that message. And then I think when you showed the social media executions, they were really nice, but you don't need to then explain what just happened afterwards. So do you understand what I'm saying? The visual should be self-explanatory. And if you have the slightest doubt that it's not self-explanatory, then you need to work on it until it is self-explanatory. Because after you've shown a video, you don't need to say, and so in that video we saw this happen and that happened, the other thing happened, because it should be redundant because the quality of your work is so amazing that we don't need explanation. But that's just a little insider tip there. So yeah, that's it. I liked it a lot. I think that the issue you would always have with this is that it's made for clients to shoot it down. So you have to figure out a way, and this is where the strategy comes in, of convincing them that this is, without doubt, the best creative route that they should go after. And it's got a big tick in one box because it's differentiating and it's interesting and it feels completely different for the category, so that's good. But you need more than that, a pitch level.
I do echo some of Marcus's comments. Definitely enjoyed the well thought out and smart media choices, and you guys defended and explained why. Like for example, Snapchat, and it was really on strategy. So that definitely made sense, and I can see, how you guys got there and why you guys chose that. I think that was great. Your presentation definitely very engaging and much more confident than you were last week, more secure in what you were all saying. So that came through. Good job on that. I think that on the target, you did a good job, and I trusted what you had on there. I think you still need to source and give us an idea on how you got there. Because at this point, I'm just trusting what you are saying. But something like, well, we started by looking at everyone that consumes this fizzy water. And we realized that the segment that you really want to go after is this people. So that I can get an idea that what did you look at to land here? Kind of, it doesn't have to be long, or you don't have to belabor it, because nobody wants to see pages and pages of data. And I trust that you did the homework, but you have to kind of take us on that little journey in the future. Good job.